human being. When it all comes crashing down, try to understand your meaning. No one said it would be easy. This living, it ain't easy.
I heard this person singing karaoke like over and over and over again, and sure enough I looked behind me and it's Mark, so I just kind of asked him if he wanted to start jamming, and really good friend of mine, Nick, we went to high school together, and found a drummer, Jordan. Nick knew him, and Greg is obviously Mark's brother, so just kind of all started through that.
Sewn together with a tapestry of molecules, a billion baby galaxies in wide open spaces, and everything you need is here, everything you fear is here.
My name is Tiana, and I've lived in St. Cloud many years. Started going to Java Joint when I was in high school. I loved it. I've seen A Night in the Box at the Horse, I think twice. Their energy is great, and just being like on the floor, like right with the band, stomping your feet to the hustle and just rocking it out. It was so much fun, and yeah, no cover, that's always great, you know, because I'm going to spend enough on beer, so I don't want to pay $5-10 for cover, and that's really cool, you know, they're not trying to get money out of it. I really like the Rocks. My boyfriend and friend's band just played there for a show, and Absolute Rebellion, another friend of mine, their band has played there, and even like, you know, the open mic nights and stuff, it's really cool. I like going in there, and they do have really good beer selection and a really cool atmosphere, so I enjoy that.
I'm Dan Barth, and I am the co-founder and executive director of Pioneer Place on Fifth Theater here in downtown St. Cloud. You know, finding live music in St. Cloud isn't too difficult, which is so awesome that you can get out on any night of the week and see music happening somewhere. We do a lot of variety besides rock and roll, of course. We do a lot of folk, we do a lot of jazz. For example, we're doing bluegrass right now. We also take great pride in bringing up new talent that hasn't played St. Cloud very often.
I'm Aaron Salzer. I'm the owner of the Tavern on Germain and the Rocks Bar. You know, I'm in this business to create an environment and to create something that's unique and different. We pretty much bring every kind of music you can imagine. You know, you can come in here one night, you're gonna have death metal, the next night it'll be bluegrass, you're gonna have hip hop and rap and everything in between. We just got done having 3-6 Mafia, which is a Grammy award-winning hip hop group. It's kind of big for the community to actually say that you have Grammy award-winning groups coming to play at a local bar in your town versus playing in Minneapolis.
When Don first approached me about the music, I was somewhat skeptical, but he just asked if he could just get one band in here and just show me what it could do. And I agreed to it, and it was a Saturday night, I remember, and it turned out to be our best Saturday night ever. And so eventually I just said, yeah, go ahead, start booking stuff. Brought in all kinds of acts that were relatively inexpensive, and were just fabulous musicians. People like the Brass Kings, good Lord, were they good. There's a guy, Lonesome Danny Casey, who, excuse me, plays Delta Blues, and just to watch his fingers just drift over the guitar is just incredible. He is so good. We tried to be a music venue for original artists, no cover bands whatsoever, to provide just some location for them to play. That worked out fairly well in that we were able to provide that. Financially it didn't do well, but I mean, we could absorb that. What we can't absorb is being sued by ASCAP. So unfortunately, we're going to have to dispense with the music because of music licensing issues. It saddens me, but that's just the way this business works, I guess.
My understanding of how it works is that if you have any type of copyrighted material replayed or played for profit, so if it's part of your business making money, that you have to pay to BMI and ASCAP a fee based on your occupancy, the number of times a week that you do it. You have to pay a fee as a usury fee for your rights to that music. Every place, every establishment has to pay. They come after you. It's like if you don't pay your taxes, they come after you. If you don't pay your liquor license, they come after you. If you don't pay the usury fee, they come after you.
Over the years in St. Cloud that I've been here, I think that there's been several attempts to bring in music into a younger audience, into an all-age venue, and several have failed over the years, and it's a shame because it's important, in my estimation, to introduce teenagers especially to the music scene and to responsibly interact with the music that's happening.
You know, this community really needs places like you know, Java Joint, Cheap Thrills, and a lot of the smaller coffee shops and things like that that are now out of business that used to be here in town. They used to help, you know, basically create a music scene by taking younger bands and giving them a place to play and be able to season themselves to be able to play in the, you know, the downtown bar scene and places like the Pioneer Place and here and the White Horse.
It wasn't about economic success, it was about really being a free-flow, sort of open forum for creativity. You can see throughout history where that stuff has come into a community and gone out of a community, but it always resurfaces in some form.
My name is Jeff Ingholm. I came to St. Cloud about 14 years ago. I'm a bass player by trade. I play with the George Maurer Jazz Group. I also play currently with a Led Zeppelin tribute band called Blimp, and I have my own group called the Collective Unconscious, which I'm a songwriter and singer and bass player. There is a shortage of venues in town that allows bands that are just getting started to kind of develop themselves. Yeah, I was real lost to lose those places. There was a hole there for many years, but I think now suddenly that scene is kind of popping up again, and there's a lot of music seems to be kind of in another resurgent mode right now, where there's a lot of these smaller bands with kind of wilder ideas and trying new things, getting the word out like that. It seems to me that there's a little more activity going on. The pulse is starting to return to the scene a little bit.
Music makes people feel good. It makes them feel happy, you know, and it kind of, I don't know, it eases the mood. It's great relaxation. At least give it a chance, check it out, and it's just a good thing. It's a good thing to support. You know, how can you not support creativity. It's what makes things happen. It's what makes things change.